Hello, hello. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, this is going to be a today's topic video. It is going to be for the 5th of September. And this is the series where if you'd like to enter to win a free read with me, you can do so by writing the word empowered in the comment section, being a subscriber to the channel, and giving this video a thumbs up. Those three things get you entered to win. Lately, I've been choosing the subscriber as the winner every Monday, and it'll come out. That video will always be linked to this one, and I'll announce who the winner is. It's kind of a longer storytelling, but just FYI, also every Monday for the next 10 weeks, I'll be choosing 10 winners for just a single card pull. That's to celebrate the 100,000 subscribers that I have. So watch for that video. It's the one that comes out on Mondays right now, and I'm calling it like make Mondays suck less. So it's just kind of some fun stuff to do on a Monday. All right, we've got Judgment. We start out with Scorpio energy. We start out with a character on the 5th who is thinking about reconciliation. What does that really mean? Are they finding peace, or are they calling judgment on something? They kind of look a little serious here. They look like they are. This looks kind of doom and gloomy. This is 3 of Pentacles. They're calling judgment on a situation where they're like consulting with the cosmos. They're thinking deeply about this. Like, what was the purpose of this interwoven, intertwining energy flow? What did I learn out of this? What did I gain from this experience? Am I done with this experience? Is it time that I just take the lessons with me and leave the rest behind? 4 of Wands. Here's the thing. It looks like we've got a choice between 2. This could be, and I don't read for genders, but I'll just say this way. This could either be someone who's making a choice between suitors, whether that's like, am I done thinking about an ex and I'm ready to be with somebody else? Or they're making a choice about who they want to be, which we have 3 feminines here. We have 3 masculines here, all with slightly different hair colors or hairstyles, all with slightly different outfits, but it's 3 and 3, even though this is a 4 of Wands, right? I think that we've got a character who might be making a decision about both aspects. They're making a decision about, who am I today? Not who did I used to be, because who we used to be would mean that we would jive with a very different kind of partnership than what we probably would today. Who we used to be might like a different kind of career path, or a different food, or a different place to live. Think of it this way. When we're younger and we're about the party lifestyle, we want to live in a city that has nightlife. We might want to date people that are, we're more drawn toward who we think is super attractive versus who would make great long-term material. It's our wants change as we change. What we're attracted to may change as we grow. So who are we today is the first question that our character is evaluating. Who am I today? And they see 3 versions of themselves: the version of the past, the version of the present, and the version of who they want to become. But what's awesome about this is this person has that concept of, it's not just about who I am today, it's about where do I want my life to be. So I think our character is at a place in their life where they are mature enough to know that I have to plan on the life that I want to live. I'm more cognizant of, this is where I'm at, but that's what my goals are. And my goals have significantly changed. My goals might not be to be famous. My goals might be to buy a house in the next 3 years. So the kind of partner that I want is somebody that, is equally as driven as I am. I might be thinking more about my retirement. I think more about the quality of life that I want to have in the long run. I'm thinking more about my 401k. I'm thinking, it doesn't mean to sound dull. This is actually super exciting stuff, right? We're planning on how to have a good life for years and years and years to come, versus maybe living for the moment. That's the vibe I get from this, because this is all about, what kind of a life do I really see, not just suiting me for 1 year, but the kind of life that I really see suiting me for the long term. The 4 of Wands lifestyle, maybe a long-term relationship and commitment, a longer-term career path, a long-term place to live. Somebody is making judgments on long term, but they're at a moment where they're having to let go of what their previous wishes were, what their previous relationships were. Oh, 10 of Cups. This is someone, you notice that we're seeing the backs of these people as because this is what we haven't reached yet. Our character wants, I think that this is a character who flat out says, I want to be married. I know that I want that. I want a long-term relationship. I'm ready to be married to someone that I see in the picture for the rest of my life. And I only say that because she's in a wedding dress. This looks like somebody who's getting married. They have an adolescent kid already. And they're saying, yeah, I want a real stable life from here on out. I want to date the one, not Mr. or Mrs. right now, but Mr. or Mrs. right. But I don't even want to just date. I want to go the distance. I want a sense of stability for the future, and I want it to be prosperous, which I think that's so awesome to really know what we're hungry for. This is not an immature person who's like, well, I just really wish that I had somebody to cuddle at night. Because if that's our only criteria, well, we can drive down the street and probably honk at somebody and be like, hey, listen, I'd like a cuddle. How do you feel about that? And somebody, it might take 15 asks, but somebody's going to be like, all right, let's cuddle. Like if that's all we're looking for, honk if you want to cuddle, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no judgment here. But my point is that's not what this character is all about. 7 of Wands. Major, major, major change in how they view struggles and how they view overcoming struggles. You notice this is like, I think our character for a while might have been dismal about the prospects of, will I ever find the one? And I think that they've totally squashed that and said, who am I kidding? I didn't find the one before because I wasn't looking for the one. I was looking for the one that was fun. That was the old me. I never have interviewed for long term before. When it comes down to relationships, I'm using the term interview instead of like dating, because ultimately what we're really looking for is someone who would want to build and grow long term, who has the same mentalities, who wants the same vision of success. We have to have somebody who thinks, yeah, this would work for me. That's what I want too. It doesn't mean that this isn't about love, because it is very much about love and happiness, but it's realizing that they never used to choose characters as romantic partners in the past with the same criteria now. So they're interviewing differently at this point. So now, instead of saying, oh, I don't believe in love, I've had nothing but, poor success at it, they're like, but wait a second, I get it now. I had poor success because I wasn't interviewing the right batch of people. Like, let's put it this way. If we are hiring somebody for seasonal work, we don't care if they are someone who might be a little flaky here and there, because it's just seasonal. If we're looking to build a company and we need to get a group of like engineers and super qualified people, our vetting process is going to be much more rigorous. We want to make sure that we've got something amazing to offer them because we want that person to stay. We want to build this company. We've got big goals and dreams. Now, we don't want flaky people that are only going to be around for, a month and a half. That's the way I would apply that same concept to this concept of relationship for our character. And all of a sudden, it's not a struggle. They've had this breakthrough on, oh my God, I totally get it. Now I know how to get the kind of relationship that I want. I never was actually looking for the kind of relationship that I now want. This will be my first time interviewing with this intention in mind. I want highly qualified. I want the Hierophant. I want someone highly evolved, somebody who knows themselves really, really well. Now, here's the major breakthrough. The kicker is our character finally knows themselves really, really well, because they're taking the time to ask themselves those deeper questions. Who am I today? How am I different than I used to be? And who do I want to be tomorrow? Who will match with the me that I want to be in the future? The me that, and the relationship and the life that I want to live. Aha, now it clicks. I've changed, therefore I'm looking for someone who's also changed. Somebody who's already gone through the same kind of levels of awakening, who's not marred and still wounded and walking around oozing pain from past relationships that were crummy. They've healed beyond it because they've realized those relationships hurt because they weren't long lasting, but I wasn't interviewing the right people. Of course, those relationships didn't work. They didn't ever have longevity. Let me put it this way, this is not, please remember, I'm a fictional storyteller. I am not a psychic. I wish I had that gift. I do not. I am an intuitive person for my own life, but I don't know you and I'm not telling you who you are. So please never take offense. Instead, step back. Don't over identify with characters and listen to the story for the food for thought that comes out of this. Because what I'm about to say, somebody will get mad at if you think I'm talking to you, but I don't know you. And I promise you that that's not how I talk to you anyway if I did know you. But for this character, we're just going to be blunt, right? Because we're observing kind of what's going on in the character's mind. This character is able to literally look at themselves and kind of chuckle and be like, I can't believe in the past the old me settled for crap that I would never have ever put up with. Of course, I was headed for relationships that didn't work out. I was dating people or falling in love with or in lust with characters that didn't even know themselves. I mean, it was obvious. When they look back in retrospect about who they were and what their criteria was, they're basically taking full responsibility. They're saying, I dealt with people that I said hurt my feelings, but in reality, if I think about what those people did, they showed me that they weren't ready for long term. They showed me that they weren't interested in anything other than my body. They showed me that they weren't somebody who was stable and long term. I mean, the first time somebody plays games and no shows or doesn't text or doesn't make the time to come over and, like show that they want to be a partner, that's it. That person has already shown that's not where they're at. But then to say that person, I can't believe they treated me so poorly. It's like our lead character is saying, I don't look at it that way anymore. What I look at is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't see what seems so obvious now. They weren't ready. And I didn't have the right criteria to evaluate that. I do now. Now I know this is who I want. I might want a Taurus. I might want somebody super stable. Might want somebody who has a strong belief system, somebody who really knows what they are hungry for, wouldn't settle for less. We got the moon. So our character says, the only thing is I don't know where to find them. I don't know. I'm getting really clear now on what I want, but now where is that person? How do I meet that person? Let's see what we get out of this. I'd love to see if we get an answer, because our character has come to a lot of illuminated thought processes, but the actuality of where do I find them? Where do I get this wonderful pool of applicants from? I don't know. Well, we've got Page of Pentacles. It says start slow, but know that in this case, I would argue the answer for this character is the world is vast. We have don't narrow vision anything, right? This person is out there walking with a knapsack on, but they're looking at the open countryside. They see mountains in the distance. They see this huge landscape. This character must not assume that the person that they're looking for is necessarily going to be in their immediate circle of friends or their immediate vicinity. This person, whoever will match with them, could be somebody from a different culture, could be somebody who they meet when they're not in their typical environment. They may need to get out of their rut. They may need to go and explore. They may need to not go out with friends to the same old restaurant where the same servers are there. And even though that's comfortable, even though it's awesome to have that sense of community, they're looking for someone they've never met before, someone they've never encountered that could be a mate, the variety of which they've never asked to meet before until now. So they have to expand their applicant pool. Just like, let's go back to the analogy of it being like somebody who's building their company and they need to pull in talent, the best talent in the world to make their company the most successful. Companies don't say, well, I'm only going to hire people that live within a 1 mile radius of my business because then I know that, they can easily get to work with it, transportation. No, a company might say, I don't care. Let's go headhunting, put out applications or alerts, advertisements in other countries even. I want my company to have the best of the best. I want to attract people from all over the place. I'm going on a scouting mission. So I think that our character has to first break out of their norm. Now, the best way to do that, though, is not to uncomfortably start randomly driving up and down streets that we're unfamiliar with, but rather what are the hobbies and the things that our character naturally already enjoys, things that are a part of something that they like but maybe haven't allowed themselves to do in a long time. Go out and do the things that our character actually enjoys doing. If they like walking, hiking, go to a different park than they usually go to a different location, and then actually talk to people when they encounter them. Hey, I've never been here before. Do you have any great, tips or anything that you would suggest? Um, Gosh, this is an awesome park. This is my first visit. I'm kind of like scouting out new places that I would want to go and, explore. Do you have any suggestions? Strike up conversations. This is make the first move by first getting out of our typical environment and then also making that first move where when we see someone that we might want to talk to, open the gates of communication. Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is also, it's about idealizing something. This character is going to have to not, if they are saying, okay, now I know what kind of person I'm looking for, now I know what I want for a long-term relationship, they can't expect that they can put in minimal effort and it should all fall into place. They're going to have to manage their expectations, because building something up to like, okay, now that I know who I want, they should just flock to me. Powers of manifestation, I'll just attract the right people in, or I'll take minimal effort and kind of put myself out there. The first couple times this character puts themselves out there, you notice there's no other person in this environment. They may not meet anybody. They may go to a new park or something, or go pick up some new hobby that they've always kind of been secretly a little interested in, or do something that's fun, and there may be nobody of interest. They cannot say, well, I put myself out there and I didn't meet anybody. That's round one, darling. This we're looking for somebody extremely specific and extremely wonderful. Probably our character is not going to find their perfect. I mean, look, when we're looking for the perfect outfit to go to a holiday party, do we usually walk into one store, buy one item, and it's like, and there we go, I'm ready for the red carpet? No, we usually look around. So I mean, heck, if we want to paint our kitchen walls a certain color, is it that easy? Do we just waltz in and we go, that's the color? Or do we kind of think about it, go back and forth, get a couple of wall samples, put it up there, evaluate it? My point is, we're willing to be patient when we look for stuff that's much less important than a life mate. So why don't we just keep our expectations a little bit managed and not build it up to where, okay, I'm ready to manifest a partner of a lifetime. Now I know how to do that. I just need to go find them. And the first day I go randomly and put myself out there a little bit out of my typical environment, I don't spot them. Now I'm crestfallen. This says, no, that's super theatrical and not very realistic, even though super tempting to get super disappointed. Queen of Wands, the Empress. This says the most potent way for our character to genuinely find the person that they want is to be the person that they really want to be, and trust that they will attract who they want. They don't have to make it a job, but they have to continuously focus on, I love my life. I love the fact that I have this idea of what I want for myself. I'm doing the things in my life that I actually love doing, with or without a partner beside me. I have long-term mentality. I have a confidence and a belief that the things that I really want for my life, I'm going to create those things, because that's what I am. I'm a creator. Come on, I'm a freaking empress. An empress literally gives birth to new life. I am changing my life by changing my habits. I'm doing this for myself. I'm not doing this so that I can make it a job where now I'm deserving of going out, finding the right person. They're supposed to love me. And if I don't find it, I get to throw a temper tantrum. Heck no, that's not how this character is. This character would never be that way. This character says, I'm changing my life because it suits me to do so. I'm changing my life because I know I'm an awesome catch. And there's an awesome person out there that I'm going to feel the same way about them that they feel about me. I'm going to go out and explore all the things that I love in my life that add value to my life. And somewhere in the midst of all that, that is probably where I will be enhancing my life, building my empire. And that is also where someone will be able to see me at my best. And that is how I will also attract. But first, I got to go do the things that I love in my life and really focus on, like, I'm enjoying everything that I'm doing, putting myself out there, pursuing this stuff that I love. And I'm giving people an opportunity to meet me. I'm not playing small. I am here, I am approachable, but I'm also highly discerning. But I'm in active manifestation mode by literally taking opportunities and making things happen in my life. That's what I'm going to leave this at. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Take care. Bye. I'll see you in the next one.